What's up, everybody? We have a really big announcement and a really special guest on the program here tonight. My daughter Layla is here to tell us about how we did on the food drive this year. And I think this is what the third year we've done it. You tapping the NEPA Nation and having them help us.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely been a journey. Each year's a higher goal, and we keep going over, excelling it in such high amounts. It's amazing, and it's making such a huge difference for everyone.
I love it. Now I have to go back and proud dad moment here. So, you have been asking Santa for cans since you were
Uh,
like yay tall,
yeah,
so that you could take it to the food bank for the as you say the poor boys and girls or whatnot. So this has been a passion of yours since like you could walk basically.
yeah. Like our church would ask for donations, and it's always been something I'd be like, "Hey, can I have this under the tree?" And there'd be like a couple cans, and I'd be so happy to walk in and help out the poor boys and girls and whoever needs it, especially.
Yeah, and again, I say poor boys and girls, but we know like there are just people that
Yeah.
are in need. So I use that because
Yes.
that's something that we
What
said,
I
but
yeah.
anybody in any situation could use the food bank. But this year the food bank's gonna be a little more full down at the Gathering Place in Clark Summit because we did very well thanks to the
Yes.
support of the NEPA Pizza Review audience and family members and friends and I take a lot of the questions and people are messaging me and you're sort of the face of this thing, but I'm kind of the accountant and the marketing guy, so I get messages and I don't always have time to tell you what they all say, but they're inspired by your work and they want to help because it's like infectious how like excited you get about this and they just want to help. And I mean, we received, I believe, a little over $2,000 in donations, so
It's
that's pretty
amazing.
crazy.
It's honestly, like, it's overwhelming because I remember when I was, like, in 5th grade and I had this small little wagon just walking that like, that's how it all started, and it was, like, me just asking my parents and family members for it, and now it's into this, like, community thing and networking, it's amazing. It's honestly such a joy to watch and do it with. I'm just, like, speechless.
So I think we get a little better at it each year too. Now that you're driving, I think like we were able to kind of team up a little bit. And it
Yes.
was last year we loaded up my trailer, and I think I was
Yeah.
told I was way overweight, and that was kind of dangerous.
Yeah.
But but we got it there thanks to the awesome custodial staff up at Abington Heights High School to help us unload it. But this year we had a different strategy. Can you tell us about like how the shopping went and the drop off and how all the logistics worked out?
Sure. So, my first trip I was a little nervous because, it's new to me. Like, I have a lot of pressure. I just want to get as much canned goods, as like possible with the money we have. And honestly, like we did amazing. We got over 1,000 cans with just spending a little over 400, $500. And honestly, it was amazing. Like, I may hit my goal of 3,000 cans. And I was really excited. And thank God I have very helpful friends too, because honestly, if I went into those stores by myself, I would be looking like Santa Claus.
Well,
Um,
let's give them some recognition. So who
yes.
helped you?
Um, my lovely boyfriend Rocco and his two friends, Chili, is what we call him. His name is Anthony and Jacob, and they were good sports about coming with me pushing cards. Hey, is this good? Is this a good amount? They helped me count. They even helped me bring it into school because of like we're not allowed to go in the bus lane, which is near the school doors. So every morning around 7:30, I'd get them. We'd go up there, we load wagons, and most times it took like 2 trips, and they were more than welcome to helping, and it was very kind of them.
And stuff's heavy too. Like
Oh,
it's
sure.
box of cans or cases of cans is pretty heavy. So definitely
Yes.
appreciate their efforts.
Yes.
So thanks you guys. You did a great job too. So really a community effort here, right? Like I mean
For
the
sure.
outpouring of support, like most donations came in from local, but we got some donations from across the country, which was pretty cool. So
That's amazing.
yeah, and they have that kind of go Layla go. They just want to jump in because they just love it every year. And we have a lot of every now it's kind of a tradition for some people to say, let me get involved with this. So but before we kind of announce the total though, like you were very efficient with your spending. Like I notice I'm in Weiss and Garrity's and I'm like, this just we're not going to get it done here at these prices, right? Probably shouldn't call out a store, but I mean, it's like $1 a can, right? So
Yeah.
like we were never going to get to our goal of 3,000 if we shopped, at that. So what was your strategy and how did you accumulate so many cans?
So I honestly would go through each aisle of canned goods or non-perishables and look how many I can get for the best price. So for some applesauce, it was like maybe $14 a box, but there was 36 cups in there. So those each counted as one as well, which was very helpful. And then the canned goods, I'd look for the lowest price for each can, even if it was in a box, so I'm not spending a dollar per can. Now I'm like spending 58 cents, which was very well spending money. And so I'd get as many as I can. And when I felt like I was around somewhere I was comfortable with to go to another store, or I felt like I was repeating myself a little bit too much, I'd head to the next store. I'd look for the same thing. And honestly, it was very surprising and eye-opening how much like a difference in different stores there was where you could be spending a dollar per 12 cans or per can in a 12 box, or I can be spending 58 cents and get it for like $7.
Yeah, and it gets harder every year, right? Because I mean, inflation obviously is a real thing. But
Yes.
we used to get three for a dollar, and
Yeah.
so it's a lot harder. So yeah, you did a lot with that, 2,000 or so dollars. So that was a great job. But when you said, I forget the word you used, but like you were looking for variety and things that people actually want, right?
Yes.
So we looked up a list. We actually last year we actually reached out to a local food pantry to see what they wanted. So we really tried to hit that. Like some of the things like ketchup, mustard,
Yeah.
cereals, things like that. What were some other things that were on the list?
Um, we also got like gravy packets, mashed potatoes, because not everyone's just gonna want, oh, canned green beans or canned corn. Like that gets very boring very quickly. But even last year we got marinara sauce and different things that we thought people may enjoy a little bit more or add a little spice to their life. Um, but yeah, especially when we felt comfortable around a number we knew and still had some money left over, like that's when we start feeling more comfortable to go over that $1 budget or to get things that more people would enjoy. Um, my mom went out and got baby food and these different type of ramen mixes, and honestly, like it was very kind of eye-opening knowing that we were able to excel our goal and get things that people would eat and enjoy and not just be like, "Oh, I this is what I see at every other pantry."
Yeah, we noticed in the Gathering Place post it said no beans. I assume that's kind of a reference to what people have left in their pantry and then they end up giving. But
Sure.
so we thought it was important to hit those priority items too. But so that was really difficult. That was a challenge to thread the needle in getting the most to get the cans and do the most good, but also get stuff that people actually want and need, and for some variety, right? So that's a great job you did there.
I appreciate it.
So, I know you're a very busy girl, so I don't want to take up too much more time. I'm really excited. We had the goal of 3,000, right?
Yes.
Okay. So why don't you tell the people how many cans we collected this year?
Honestly, when I found out this number, like I was keeping track on my phone, but as time got closer to the deadline, especially with the snowstorm that we had, I was a little bit nervous. I was like, "Oh no, like am I gonna get it in time? Are they still gonna accept it?" Um, and then when we had the final total, I my mind was blown. We had 3,828 cans, which was almost 1,000 over our goal, which is just amazing. Like it makes me feel so good that there's still like so many good people in my community that are willing to like help me achieve what I like my goals and help me out. Like it's honestly it's so I don't know, it's a relief. And like even in my school, like some kids were struggling to bring things in, like but knowing that I could also do a good deed for other people just makes me feel a lot better, and it just makes me know that people can enjoy a season and have food on their table.
It, well said, very well said, and just amazing. Like, I remember, last year, would we say our goal was like I think it was 2000
Around 2,500, I think.
2500, and we
Yes.
nailed that. So I
Yeah.
was thinking you were going to come in at like 2750, and then you came in with three. I was like, we got to
Yes.
get to work.
Oh, yeah.
But it actually wasn't as hard. There was just so much support
Yeah,
immediately,
there
so much
was.
support.
Yes. And
Despite
I
go ahead.
no, go ahead. You're good.
No, it was hard on the social media side because Facebook just doesn't allow
Yeah.
my posts to circulate. So
Sure.
I think it's a real testament to you and your passion that just the few people that saw the stories or heard about it jumped
Yes.
on it immediately. So, we did have some tougher circumstances on social media, but like people really heard and they really responded for you.
Yeah, it was honestly, I was a little bit nervous too because I found out maybe a week prior before we posted on social media just because of how busy we were. And I was like, all right, we got to get on this. Like, if we're trying to beat our goal from last year, like, and especially from being starting November 4th till the 22nd, but this past Monday, like, I was just very nervous that we would not even excel our goal from last year. And but once everybody started coming in, my dad's like, "Hey, like, we got money to spend." Like, I was honestly overwhelmed. I'm like, "All right, let's get to it." Like, I want to knock out this goal. Like,
Yeah, it was crazy. And we even I know we hit our goal, right? And then we were like kind of done, and we were just kind of celebrating. And then people
yeah,
are just we still
no,
got more donations. So
yeah.
then we were out late again
Oh,
the night before. So that was cool.
yeah. It was honestly like it was kind of funny. Like, I was just like, "Oh, yeah, we hit our goal," and my dad's like, "Okay, well, there's still more money to spend." I was like, "Oh my gosh!" I was like, "Wow!" Like, I was just astonished, honestly.
I was too, because I'm the spreadsheet guy, right? So I'm running every scenario here to make sure we spent every penny and have it all accounted. And I got the receipts right and everything right
Yeah.
here, right? So and I thought I made a mistake because I it's a lot of cans. It's a
It
lot of food
is.
items.
Yeah,
But we didn't make a mistake. You did great. I'm super
it's
proud of you. I'm fearful of what your senior year goal is going to be next year.
it's gonna be big.
Um, but we're gonna work hard at it.
Sure.
We're gonna make it big. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Maybe we could start earlier next time.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna maybe we could start when school starts and be like, "Hey, we're gonna have a food drive."
One day I'd like to do like turkeys and stuff, but I
Oh, yeah, that honestly be awesome too.
I don't know how to do that though. I don't think you could do them in pizza ovens. Um, so I don't know what else to say. I'm just having a proud dad moment here. So I do think we need to thank everybody that
Oh,
donated though.
I was just gonna do that. Like, honestly, like, I really could not do this without your followers and the donations we received from so many generous people. Like, it was amazing, and it's so relieving, and, like, I just feel like I have so many supporters of me and, helping me accomplish something that will help so many people. Like, I honestly from the past snowstorm, my grandma was just telling me how the gathering place where all of our canned goods are going, it was wiped out because of the storm. People didn't have power. People didn't have um, a source of food. They couldn't get out of their house. Like they were able to go there though, get what they need, and she was just like very happy. that we had so many people donate and that we're able to help those for this upcoming Thanksgiving season, Christmas, or even if they're still without power.
I didn't hear that story until now, so thank you
Yeah,
for sharing that.
yeah, it was,
So
but
there's there's real world impact here,
it
and
is.
and you've been doing this your whole life. It's just we go bigger and bigger each year, and you got a good heart, kid. I love you, and I'm very
Mhm.
proud of you.
Thank you. And thank you, everybody. Appreciate you all.
Until next year, when we set the bar even higher, we'll come back with a new food drive goal. All right. Well, everybody have a good Thanksgiving, and we will talk to you soon.